We began January with a resolution to create a new approach to soul purpose in the new year. We promised to make this weekly experience trimmer, leaner, better. So, let me ask you a question. How are you doing with the resolutions you made for a new year? I mean, check me out. Talk about trimmer and leaner. Why, I am a mere shadow of my former self. I'm practically svelte. I love that word, svelte. It's just so much fun to say. Talking like that makes me think of one of my favorite Muppets. Of course, whereas it may be fun to say, it's obviously not easy to become. In truth, I'm nowhere near svelte. I'm not trimmer, not leaner. Food tastes just as good to me in 2016 as it did in 2015. Instead of being a mere shadow of my former self, my present self is casting increasingly larger shadows. Put another way, it's only February, and already my number one personal resolution has been abandoned. So, what about your resolutions, whatever they may have been? How's it working out? We can keep the promises we made about soul purpose because we work together as a team. It's not just me. There are other people, talented people, directing and producing and filming and editing and posting to the website and YouTube. We hold each other accountable. If I promise we'll stay close to 5 minutes per episode, they won't let me stretch it to 15. Maybe accountability is a good idea with other things like our personal resolutions. I am less likely to eat carbs and desserts when dining with my wife than when dining alone. She holds me accountable. Some people find it's easier to maintain an exercise regimen when part of a group, say a cycling or yoga class. A friend of mine recently read his way through the New Testament because a small group in his church took on that project and checked in with one another once a week to discuss their reading assignments. Alcoholics Anonymous is perhaps the most famous accountability group in the whole world, a community of people who are on a journey together and encourage one another and hold each other up and hold each other accountable. Do you want a stronger prayer life? Maybe you need a prayer partner. Do you want to know more about faith or scripture? Maybe you need to join a class in your church. Did you promise to be kinder or more patient with people this year? Maybe you should designate someone at work, someone you trust, who will gently remind you when your actions are unkind or impatient. Even Jesus didn't do his work alone. Over and over, we hear him say to Andrew, to Simon Peter, to James and John and Matthew, "Follow me, come with us, make this journey as part of this fellowship." He gathered round himself disciples to be in covenant with him and with each other. Okay, it's only February. Broken resolutions do not have to be abandoned resolutions. Let's say they weren't lost, just temporarily misplaced. And I'm thinking we can pick them up, dust them off, and start working at them again. Probably with a greater chance of success if we do so in accountability. If we find someone or a group of someones who will help us make our dreams come true. Consider two questions. First, why is keeping a promise made to someone else often easier than keeping a promise made to yourself? Two, what is the difference, or is there a difference, between a resolution and a spiritual commitment? See you next week.